What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And this video today, we want to talk about having, the word is tradition, right? Getting back to the traditions. So in this video right here is about having structure. You know how you just got the norms that you just do, right? And it's just the tradition. It's the traditional things that you just do, right? It's sticking to those traditions, right? So for example, like, it's tradition to get on the basketball court, or it's a tradition every 2 days, maybe, it's making sure that you stick to the tradition, right? You can't stray away from the tradition, because when you do, now you start having all other types of important. The importance of traditions is structure, right? It's a matter of having structure, and it's a matter of just having the normal things that you do, just for the sake to keep your mind, just fluent, functional, and it's how we keep our mind at peace, and there's not all that clutter. And the most important thing when it comes from it, just sticking to the traditions, right? The day-to-day traditions, whatever you do. If it's art, it's drawing at a certain time, or it's just, hooping with the boys at a certain time, or whatever it may be. Or if you have a lot of them, making sure that you manage each and every one of those traditions, hanging out with family, cooking, whatever it may be, or going on a walk. It's a matter of understanding the effects of what those things are, and the effects of what the things that you do are, and how to pimp those things or use those things to your benefit in your day-to-day life, right? Because a lot of times, we go through, life changes on us, and it switches up its tactics on us, right? And we have to know which buttons that we need to push in order to get the effect that we want. And a lot of times, the buttons we need to push lie within our own traditions, in our own functions and our own selves, right? Most of the time, with the problems that we have to deal, we have the answer within our own selves. A lot of times we have everything we need in order to do the things that we need to do, right? It's all found in the body, right? So the message of this video right here is just be able to stick to your functions, right? And it's to go back into your reinforce yourself, right? Reinforce your traditions, the things that you normally do, because if you reinforce the traditions you do, this will most likely clear up the path for you to be able to answer some of those questions or some of the problems that you had that you just seem to can't figure out, right? And that's the importance of reinforcing yourself and your traditions and the things that you do, because the stronger you reinforce those things and the stronger you become in these things, the less likely it is for you to not be able to find an answer to something, right? Because you can go right back to your system and be like, okay, I need to do this to, fix this, or this problem right here can be dealt by me using this tactic or using this muscle, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the important thing to go ahead and be able to reinforce, is being able to take these things and to apply them to whatever situation or problem confronts you, right? So this is the nature of this video right here. It's to be able to take the problems that the situation that you get into, is to reinforce yourself. It's to reinforce your the things that you do, and reinforce your arts and crafts, right? By reinforcing those arts and crafts, you then be able to allow yourself to be able to deal with other problems and situations, that you need to deal with. And that's all it's about, right? It ain't always about the altitude that you get to, and it ain't always about to just, doing things and just doing, all about, just doing great things, right? And we have to know how to be able to do those great things too, right? It's about reinforcing your own traditions and systems, and having those traditions and those things take care of those problems for you, and having those things reach those altitudes for you, right? So it's a matter of how do your systems and how do your traditions reach that altitude, right? And that's the creative part, because there's a difference between loading, right, and controlling, right, and expressing and impacting and output, right? It's almost like a volcano. How a volcano contracts and loads. This would be our preparation, and this would be our our traditions. This would be our practice. This would be our prayers, right? The prayers that we do then have to be, have opportunity to impact, right? They have opportunity to be expressed, right? And this comes at a whole entirely different angle than the prayer itself, right? Or the load itself, or the contraction itself, right? You contract a punch before you throw it. A volcano, before it erupts, it contracts, right? And a lot of times we get stuck on the contraction part that we don't really know how to express, or we don't know really how to push, or we don't really exercise this ability or this moment of actually pushing and actually expressing or erupting, our systems and what we just loaded, right? And this is not, it's not an emotional thing, and this is something that doesn't come from, calculation. It's really just being. It's really just being and really just doing unconsciously. It's doing, reflexively, and it's doing it off instinct, right? So a lot of times, we want to calculate everything, and we think everything has to be calculated, but some things you have to move, as Nipsey Hussle's even said, off instinct, right? It's something that you do, you move off of just wanting to do it, right? You naturally wanting to do it, and that's your expression, right? And a lot of times you don't do great things, or might be coming from the fact that you've done a lot of loading, or you've done a lot of prayer and a lot of just practice and tradition. And when you get on the basketball court, you're not really understanding how to just express and how to just be, right? It's almost like thinking a jump shot and not taking it, right? So you want to be able to actually fight and actually play the game, against whomever you're on the court against, and not just try to go through tradition or motions on the basketball court. You look stupid, right? I had a coach tell me one time when I was playing, you shoot the ball, you don't aim it, right? But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna conclude this video right here. Hopefully that this message really reaches whomever it needs to reach, and I will go ahead and catch y'all in the next video. Peace, love, we out, stay blessed.